Going down the highway, gonna find me some border crossers and video them. It's gonna be great.
Lucia, can you tell me, have you seen an increase of DPS and Texas authorities? Can you tell me what you've seen?
Yes, yesterday, well, this past week, there's been a lot of DPS officers headed south to Eagle Pass to take care of what's happening with the caravan and all the illegals that are coming from Salvador and Guatemala. Yeah.
And when these, have you actually like seen anybody here, like coming that has crossed?
No.
You haven't seen anybody, but you have seen a police presence. What kind of police vehicles are you seeing come through?
DPS and the border patrols as well.
So you are seeing a lot of border patrols here. How far are we away from the border?
You're an hour and a half away from the border.
And even an hour and a half away from the border, you're still seeing an increase.
Yes.
Has it always been like this?
No. It's just recently that it's increased.
What did it used to be like here before all this started happening?
There wasn't very much border patrol, but now there's more. And I think it's because of all the illegals that are trying to come over, or people that are trying to cross them illegally. So they're trying to stop that.
You said you have a friend that lives in Eagle Pass?
Yes, her name is Karen, and she's seen a lot of border patrol agents. Like even they have Mexico Army police that are on the border as well. And they're recruiting even the Mexico Army police to help them to not let these people cross. So they're trying to put a stop to it. Hopefully they do, because I don't think they should come over like the way they're trying to come over, because everybody has to go by the law. They have to.
Yeah.
So they're not law-abiding citizens. They shouldn't be here. That's anywhere.
You're right. Any country in the world.
We cross to Mexico, we have to have our visas. Even us that are born in the United States, they don't allow you in Mexico without a visa. They will fine you.
It's how they play the game. So that they descend on the governor to make him resign, because they can't have that kind of picture if they're going to accuse Republicans of being racist.
Well, hello, it's Mike Taylor with Texas Breaking News, coming to you as I am driving to Eagle Pass, Texas. I'm actually going through Del Rio, and I'm going to try to go down, by the border all the way down to Eagle Pass to see if there is any action going on down there and see exactly what's happening. I've heard reports. I interviewed someone, her name was Lucia, at Segovia at the truck stop there, and she said that her friend lives down in Eagle Pass, and they have the Mexican Army even assisting the Texas Border Patrol and Texas DPS with keeping the border, closed to make sure that nobody comes through illegally. Now, of course, there are ports that are open at the border as well, but it's been pretty crazy. There's a lot of media coverage on this. I live not too far from the border. I'm about 150 miles away, something like that. And why not go down here and investigate this thing for my Texan friends down here in the great state of Texas, and we'll see what we have. So, Mike Taylor reporting for Texas Breaking News. And this is number 7 that I've seen in the past 2 minutes. We're about 10 minutes north of Eagle Pass, and they are just everywhere. That's number 7 that I've seen. Looks like this is number 8 up here. There's something going on here. Craziness. We are in Eagle Pass. We just passed the Eagle Pass sign, so we are in Eagle Pass now. So there is a heavy state trooper presence here. I just passed the state trooper a second ago, and here's another one right in front of me now. I'm going on my way to Bridge 2. I'm still not there yet, and the last scene that you just saw was not even 45 seconds before this one. So these state troopers are out and about, and I guess they're looking for people or just trying to keep the city safe from this migrant caravan. Now, these aren't federal troopers, these are state troopers, so it would be apparent to me that Greg Abbott sent these, not the federal government. But we'll keep you updated. We're getting closer to Bridge 2. Apparently that's where they're all lined up at. Okay, so here we are down here, where you can see they're lined up. There are a lot of troopers down here, and there's a lot of action down here. So this is the bridge right here. You cannot get past this wall. So they do have this wall here set up in Eagle Pass, and they have just all kinds of people set up on the other side of this wall here in Eagle Pass. I'm going to park down here in a second and take a walk down through here so you can see this wall that they have. This is at the International Bridge 1. So apparently the real craziness is at Bridge 2. So we've seen a little bit of it here with the vehicles lined up. We're going to go over to Bridge 2 though. That was Bridge 1. So I'm going to be here for a while getting all kinds of coverage on this. On the border in Eagle Pass, we have all kinds of vehicles lined up down here. Ready for anything, it looks like. Border Patrol agents, and then a lot of DPS are down here also. Just staged everywhere. There's a lot of thick brush down here. Chilling. Look at all these trails. So now I'm just south of Eagle Pass. I mean, we're still, I would say we're still in the town of Eagle Pass, but we're right here on the border. The other side of this border over here, I can't really show you too well, but the other side is Mexico. So wherever this caravan tries to come through, they have DPS agents ready. They're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn around and go back the other way.
The United States is officially withdrawing from the intermediate range nuclear.
Sure, the facilitation of trade and travel. CBP here in Eagle Pass is well prepared. We are working with interagency partners to implement effective operational plans to ensure border security. We're also working with our government of Mexico partners to ensure the same. CBP has reinforced the front line with personnel in advance of an intended caravan arriving here in Eagle Pass, Piedras Negras. At this point, the system is total capacity, is at a total capacity at all points in the process. The status quo is not sustainable. The situation demands action at a variety of fronts. At a port of entry, a message for the asylum seeker, we ask that you be patient with our processes and that you present yourself for the process in a manner in which you are patient and wait until you are called, depending on our case levels at those times. That's all I have.
What agency are you with, sir?
U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Thank you. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matthew Kudak. I'm the Acting Chief Patrol Agent for the United States Border Patrol's Del Rio sector. And as Port Director Delrin Cohn mentioned, our first and foremost role down here is maintaining public safety and the integrity of our borders. As the Office of Field Operations works to maintain normal operations at the port of entry, we have increased our presence between the ports of entry along the area here in Eagle Pass. We've significantly increased the amount of Border Patrol agents. We're having support from our partners, the Texas Department of Public Safety, and want to make sure the message is clear that there is a right way to seek asylum and to seek entry into this country, and that's using a lawful port of entry in the process at the port of entry. If somebody chooses and makes that choice to enter illegally at a point other than the port of entry, we want to remind folks that that is a criminal offense. They will be arrested and they will be handled accordingly. So we're encouraging everybody to do it the safe way, do it the right way, go through the port of entry, not take the risk and the dangers of going across the river. We have been monitoring the situation, as Mr. Del Rincon said, working with our partners in Mexico, sharing information, being aware of what's happening there. We've made the adjustments that we need to on this side to be prepared, and our focus remains maintaining the operations as normal as possible, but also being mindful that our role is to maintain the safety of our officers, agents, the public, and the migrants that we may encounter. So those are our responsibilities. Our intent is to make sure that the area, the environment here remains lawful, remains safe. If at the point that the officers, agents, the public, or the migrants are in danger, then we will respond to that accordingly. So again, thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon. My name is Ramsey Ishkantu, Mayor for the City of Eagle Pass. And as mentioned by Port Director Paul Del Rincon, and of course our Director over at the Border Patrol, we are very appreciative of the work that is being conducted at this point. It is important for us to make note that as we are going through this process, that the community know and that everyone know that there is a very coordinated effort between all levels of the agencies for state, local, and federal. This is something that is key for us. This has been key for our community. We know that we will continue with these efforts. This is a long process, and as mentioned by the individuals, of course, that have spoken before me, this is a process in which these individuals who have approached our sister city of Piedras Negras need to assure that there is an order of following, that we need to assure that there is a process that is followed for our federal government. And it is very clear to us that we have been sending that message, of course, to them, working together with our sister city of Piedras Negras and the state of Coahuila in order to assure that those messages are sent and to maintain order with this crowd. It is something that is important to us, and we're going to continue working on that. I do want to emphasize, of course, my thanks and the thanks, of course, on behalf of the citizens of Eagle Pass for the work that is being done by our federal agencies and our state agencies. Specifically, of course, thanking the Governor's Office for assuring that the Texas Department of Public Safety is present in order to assure that order within our community as well. As we are not seeing any particular issues at this point within the city limits, this, of course, is something that is just a very heavy presence of law enforcement that is all working together to assure the efforts that are ongoing with this operation. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here and for helping us continue with this message. One thing that is important to make note as we continue to move forward with this is that there is a need for a more aggressive immigration reform system to be put into place. These are the efforts that need to be done in order for us to assure that our nation is protected, and that obviously that these types of situations do not happen to communities such as ours or any community that is alongside the border. So with that, those are of course my comments, and once again I just thank you all for taking part here today.
Mr. Del Rincon, would you be able to say something in Spanish for the Spanish language? Sure.
Bueno, muy buenas tardes, hablo en español. Primeramente, les quisiera avisar que entre todo lo que ocurre ahorita, nosotros seguimos con nuestras responsabilidades, como se debe con el flujo del tráfico. Seguimos agilizando todos nuestros procesos en todas las áreas. Seguimos monitoreando nosotros la situación que existe. Seguido estamos verificando nuestras capacidades y para asegurarnos que estemos preparados por si nos llega una cantidad de gente que no estamos listos para recibir. Esto incluye los simulacros que han visto últimamente en los puentes 1 y el 2, y eso seguirá. Esa es práctica para nosotros y es algo que tenemos que hacer a diario nosotros. Estamos bien preparados. Yo creo que se ha visto eso últimamente, especialmente en los simulacros estos. Hemos trabajado con nuestros compañeros a todos niveles de los Estados Unidos y de México también. Estamos preparados y tenemos el personal nosotros en nuestras guardarrayas, y seguiremos con nuestros esfuerzos ahí por si llegara a llegar la cantidad esta grande de caravana. Entonces estaremos preparados nosotros ahí. A este punto nuestra capacidad está hasta el límite. No tenemos campo en nuestras oficinas, estamos recibiendo a la gente a como se pueda. Es poca la gente que se recibe, pero se está recibiendo a las cantidades que se pueda. Hasta este punto lo que nos pide la situación esta es muy diferente en muchas diferentes áreas de nuestros puertos, pero seguimos nosotros, como les digo, monitoreando todo para estar preparados por si llegan estas cantidades de personas grandes.
Oficial de Rincón, ¿podría usted decirnos que están ustedes preparando en el caso de que un grupo de 100 o 200 personas traten de cruzar el río de manera legal?
Exacto, pues yo le diría a como se trata de los puentes, de las oficinas de aduana y protección fronteriza, el proceso de nosotros es mientras que la persona llegue al puente solicitando el asilo y lo haga pacientemente y se ponga en fila hasta que les toque su turno, entonces eso es lo que se les pide a ellos en los puentes. Como se trata de las entradas ilegales por el río, entonces eso le perteneciera más al jefe Hudak, pero como dijo él, ¿no? Es algo que no se les recomienda a nadie que entren por el río, por el agua, que mejor lo hagan bien, lo hagan correcto y que se presenten por un puerto de entrada.
Had reported a temporary closure, multiple temporary closures. Have there been any closures?
No, not necessarily a closure, sir. It's mostly we're stopping traffic to run our scenarios, our drills. We haven't closed because of anything else other than that. So, like I said, it's usually quickly. You know, like I mentioned, we do have that pressure to keep traffic moving in both directions into the U.S. and to Mexico. So therefore, it's only been like I said, we've conducted numerous exercises, but it's never really closed.
How does this sound?
It varies. It depends on the bridge. You know, it's gone for 15, 20 minutes. You know, plus or minus. Like I said, just depending on the numbers and the personnel that we've got out there at the bridge.
You say that you are at full capacity to interview these people, because I understand that you take 20 people for a day and a half. Have you requested from the federal government assistance to actually speed up the process for a lot of these individuals, for your ports at least?
Yeah, so there's conversations at all levels and with many entities as it relates to that capacity. Yeah. And so we're looking at at our processes here at the port as it relates to the case processing itself. Yeah. And then also looking at the area or the issue of the transportation / detention. And so we're looking at this at all levels, absolutely.
¿Se le va a dar preferencia a inmigrantes enfermos y con algún impedimento?
No, señor, el proceso es para las personas que siguen, ¿no? Ya estando en nuestras instalaciones, si las personas no se vienen sintiendo bien, entonces sí se les ofrece esa oportunidad, ¿no? De que
porque hay muchas madres de familia con hijos enfermos, enfermedades crónicas, que quieren este apoyo, entonces por eso lo pregunto.
Eso habíamos escuchado, yo con las pláticas con nuestros compañeros de México, habíamos visto que muchos, según venían con gripa, ellos nos verificaron que sí, unos sí vienen sintiéndose mal, sí vienen con enfermedades, pero la mayoría venían bien, ¿no?
How long is that process going to take?
No estoy seguro cómo se está trabajando eso del lado mexicano.
How long is that process going to take, and how many people do you come?
A day.
A day.
Which process?
The asylum process, people that are in that facility.
Your interview process.
So our case processing per person on average takes about 2 to 3 hours. So on average per day we're processing about 16 cases, 16 to 20 cases plus or minus, and as soon as they can get either placed in a van or a bus of some sort, then off 10% of they go, and then we go to the mid-bridge and get the next 60 that they want. And we maintain ourselves with this capacity.
When is that going to start?
That's been ongoing.
Are they asylum?
We've been going at this since June.
Are they all asylum cases, or are they claiming different things?
It's all asylum. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be prudent for the federal government to send you more assistance in that process instead of sending more reinforcements?
We have a lot of assistance right now, so yeah, so I'm pretty comfortable with what we've got.
Los que llegaron en la caravana ya están en la lista de espera.
Ya hemos recibido nosotros esas personas. Exactamente cómo llegaron.
Ya se pasaron a entrevistar.
No sé si llegaron de seguro a lo menos ellos indicaron que eran parte de la caravana.
Can you tell us what happens during some of these exercises? I mean, we've seen police or other law enforcement in riot gear. I know you don't want to say everything that's happening, but can you tell us what's being done during these scenarios or demonstrations?
Sure. So mostly it's, like I said, it's practice, right? So it's a matter of ensuring that our personnel with a very quick notification to actually suit up, grab all their gear, and in a very organized manner march out to the middle of the bridge and practice their drills, right? So that there's movement drills. They typically march in a manner where they take up maybe a lane of traffic, but once they get to that set point, then they're having to spread apart, and they're having to communicate to each other, and basically get in place, and then at some point in a very organized manner then get out from where they entered.
So are you preparing for potential?
In El Paso, they had a situation where there were a whole bunch of people being cut off buses. How are you doing this differently here so you don't have a situation where there's just people hanging out on the street?
So I don't understand your question. Which people?
They were given court dates and they were taken out to the Greyhound buses. How are you doing it differently here?
Yeah, so that's our CBD part at the port of entry is the process of it. And then at that point I still go, then take custody of them, and then they're the ones that will take them further. So I really think so the process is there versus the ones here.
If an individual from Honduras crosses the border illegally over here, are they going to be sent back right away? What's going to happen?
So I'm going to defer to Mr. Stack on that one.
So to answer the question, anybody that makes that illegal entry into the United States crossing the Rio Grande here in Eagle Pass, they will be arrested, they will be detained. The actual process of how their case works out is going to be uniquely determined by that case. It could be a criminal prosecution where we take them to the federal court and prosecute them, or it could be a criminal process with the immigration side.
But that's standard procedure, correct?
That is standard procedure.
So nothing is changing in terms of immigration law or how asylum seekers or illegal entrance into the country is how it's processed anyway.
Correct. The asylum laws, the immigration process, all of that is the same here that you've seen in other places.
So when someone is seeking asylum, do you allow them entry to the U.S. or do they have to wait and get us all their cases are being decided?
So right now, if somebody makes that entry, they will be arrested.
So, but I'm saying, like the asylum seekers, they're not being allowed into the United States right now. They're being sent back to Tierras Negras.
That's varying in different areas here. That'll be a case-by-case process if we implement that.
Can you tell us about maybe how many people per day are being led into the United States?
No, because that's going to vary too much day by day.
What is there? Can you tell us maybe over the last 3 days how many people have?
I can tell you the arrest numbers here that yesterday within the sector we had just under 100 arrests, and about 50 of those were in the area here that you're near today.
But other than arrests though, but I'm asking about the asylum seekers, the ones who are going through the process, have the approval, that have gone through the interviews.
So that I can't speak to. That's out of the realm of my process. I can tell you the folks that we do arrest and put into that immigration process, whether it is asylum seekers with a credible fear claim, they all get turned over to the ICE enforcement removal operations. So they take custody from us and then they go through their process for determination. So I can't really speak to their process.
Is there anybody that can speak to the actual asylum seekers that have permission to come into the U.S.? Is there anybody that can talk about the ICE? That's ICE?
Well, so you're talking a different, so somebody that has a visa to enter the country can do that through the port of entry.
And can they get visas during the asylum interview process? Like the 16 or so that are being handled per day?
Okay, that's a different process, and I'll let Mr. Del Ricon answer that.
All right,
thank you very much.
One question. Are there any special operations going on with Border Patrol right now to cover the 80 miles of border that are in Maverick County? It just concentrated in 2 miles at this point.
So no, for us in the Del Rio sector, I have 209 miles of border that I'm responsible for. So we're conducting operations throughout that area constantly. This is an area where we've obviously surged some additional resources into. I mentioned our partners with the Department of Public Safety, the troopers. I think you've all seen that very visible presence from all of us. So that's obviously going on here, but our operations still remain ongoing in other places as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We saw this video
Last one.
now about a group of families that seems like it was captured here in the Pass area. Was that part of this caravan or was just
The beginning of it, I'm sorry?
There was a video that was distributed last night on social media network of a few families being either turning themselves into the Border Patrol agents here in this area, but we just wanted to confirm if that was part of this caravan or this was just an isolated thing.
Not seeing exactly the video you're talking about. We did make arrests here in this area last night. About overnight, that was probably about 35. And there were some there that claimed to be part of the caravan, but the majority of them said they were not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I'm here in Eagle Pass, downtown. Let me pull this cap off so y'all can see what I'm doing here. There we go, Mike Taylor here downtown in Eagle Pass, Texas. Taking a walk here. To get the perfect picture, I'm going to have to go through customs. So we'll see how this goes. I had my big camera, but I put it back in the truck. I don't want to have too much as I'm going through here. Got people on bicycles and cars coming through here. It looks like there's some kind of state tax you have to pay when you cross the border. Hopefully I don't have to pay tax for trying to get a picture. So is this where you enter at? Let me find out here.
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to, I want to go down on the bridge and take a picture.
You know what? I don't know. I could be wrong. There's maximum security right now, but as far as taking pictures, I don't know if they'll let you take pictures.
Okay.
You might want to ask.
I'm with the media. I'm with Texas Breaking News.
Okay. They just go ahead and let them know, because they're at the. How far are you going on the bridge?
I just want to get a shot down to the other bridge.
Okay. Just go, just to be on the safe side, you know, so you won't get yourself in trouble. You know, even though you're from the news media and everything. Go ahead and use the sidewalk, and the gentleman's there in the inside. And just let them know where you're coming from.
Okay.
And what exactly you want to do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You too. Thanks. All right. So I had to open my mouth. So apparently this is pretty hush-hush here, pretty locked down with everything going on. I just want to get a picture for Facebook for my Facebook page for the news. I'm gonna turn this off for security reasons. I left that rolling. So basically they said I can go take a picture. It's just like anything else, just like a tourist. But I'm going to have to go out and I have to pay 50 cents in order to leave the country. And then after I pay the 50 cents to leave the country, I have to go out on the bridge, and then I'm officially out of the country. And then I can turn around and come back through, and then I have to go through customs to get back in. So pretty crazy stuff, you never know. So yeah, they told me just to go through here and pay the 50 cents.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, so thank you.
You have a good day.
You too. So I have to pay 50 cents. So I'm actually going to leave the United States of America in order to get this picture. But it's journalism. What people will do for that perfect shot. All right, so how are you doing, everybody? Mike Taylor with Texas Breaking News. Just kind of taking a walk down here to show you what's going on here in Texas. So this is one border patrol staging area that they have right here. You can see the DPS guys and border patrol down here. And then you also, as you get closer into Mexico, you can see a lot more people. There are a lot of vehicles staged. You have border patrol guys riding up and down, and looks like four-wheelers or ATVs. As I was driving into Eagle Pass, I could see, as I was driving into Eagle Pass, I would say every 15, 20 seconds I'd pass another state trooper. I've never seen this many DPS agents in my life. I had no idea there were this many DPS agents. So right here, this is a baseball field that's down by the Rio Grande, and on this side of the Rio Grande you can see a whole bunch of state troopers, and you can see border patrol lined up just in case anybody in this caravan tries to cross the border. They're asking that everybody go through the ports of entry, just kind of like the port of entry that I'm on right now. There's the other side of this thing. I'll get to that here in a minute. But they're asking that everybody go through the port of entry. And if anybody tries to run across the river, they will apprehend them right there. So they aren't playing. I believe Border Patrol said they made 39 arrests last night. Okay, so people are, put it on YouTube, he says. So this is where it's at here. You got Border Patrol lined up along this side of the Rio Grande, and then you have Border Patrol lined up on the other side of the Rio Grande. I'll try to get a little closer here. But I told you all I'd come down here and get the truth today of what's going on down here. And they are everywhere. DPS everywhere. Like I said, I've never seen this many DPS agents at once. If y'all could please share this video, Texas Breaking News. We cover breaking news all over the state of Texas. The bigger we get, the more I'll be able to cover news like this in depth. So you can see I'm going to turn around here in a minute, but once we get to the other side, you'll see a whole lot more lined up. And as I get closer and closer, you can see what's going on here. So I don't know if you've seen any of those pictures on social media of Eagle Pass, but this is real. It's actually happening. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who is watching. Appreciate that. This is what it looks like on this side. I'm going to show the other side here in just a second whenever I can get to a crossing point. Okay, so looks like there's a lot of policia down here. I'm going to go across to the other side now and show you what it looks like on the other side. Let me make sure I can cross right here. I don't want to get chased down. So this is, okay, this is actually United States over here. So, can I cross? Am I good to cross? Okay, I'm crossing right here. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully I don't get tackled here. This is what it looks like. This is where those pictures are coming from. To see the pictures are real. They're lined up waiting for people to cross the border over here. They have officers on horseback. They have DPS agents down here. They have Border Patrol agents down here. And yes, it is all happening right now on a golf course. Yes, they're all lined up on this golf course. It's trying to pick up the fence. But yes, they're all down here on this golf course getting ready. Now, they're not just only on this golf course. Now, I'm on bridge number 1, and we're actually looking at bridge number 2. That's bridge number 2 that you can see in the distance. But you can see they're down here. They're waiting for anybody to try to cross over here. I mean, there's a lot of presence here. All the major news companies are down here. I just got done with the press conference. They just had a major press conference. They had the head of the Border Patrol down here talking a few minutes ago. They had the mayor of Eagle Pass. They had a lot of custom. And that's the Rio Grande that you're looking at right here. And you can see, I mean, they even have them on horseback, walking around on horseback. I haven't seen anybody try to swim across yet. So that's a good thing. Well, that's a live look right now at Eagle Pass, Texas. Please share this video. Please help us grow, because the bigger we get, the more news we can bring to you. So if we end up becoming huge, which is the plan and the goal, then we will really be able to bring you some in-depth news coverage. So please share this if you can. So yeah, that's it. Here's the bridge going across. That's what's going on here. I'm going to get some pictures. I'm probably going to sign off. I mean, there's really no action going on. It's just people are set up waiting for anybody to try to cross. There's a caravan on the other side. I haven't seen anybody from this caravan, but there's an apparent caravan on the other side, and they just want to be ready because there are huge numbers in this caravan. Excuse me. There are huge numbers in this caravan, apparently. So Mike Taylor, live for Texas Breaking News. I'm going to take some pictures of this while I'm up here, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being part of Texas Breaking News, and Okay, Matthew, that's a good point, Matthew. They're not only in one spot. This is just one part. As I drove south from Del Rio, as I got closer and closer to Eagle Pass, Texas, I started seeing more and more as I got closer. Now, the reason they have most of them in this area is because the caravan has said they're on the way to Eagle Pass. So that's why they're trying to do what they're doing here at Eagle Pass. So, Mike Taylor, live for Texas Breaking News. We will keep you updated. Stay with us. Make sure you share our page. Make sure you visit our website for up-to-date news. Mike Taylor, Texas Breaking News. Okay, so my last video is a little bit different. It wasn't shot on this camera. It was on my phone because it was on the bridge and I was live. And I'm actually walking down here to kind of take a look. So this is bridge number 2 right here. Yeah, this is right here. This is all bridge number 2. We got Fox News set up over here. This is a pretty big deal. They have these people marching up and down the bridge over here. I don't know if you can see this. These people have been marching. I've been looking for about the last 10 minutes. They've been just marching up and down the bridge. I don't know if they're DPS agents or what, but they march back and forth. And earlier in the press conference, which is early in this video, you can always go back to it because this is going to be part of a full video. But earlier in this press conference, they were talking about doing drills on the bridge. So I'm kind of curious to see if these were the actual drills that they're doing. But yeah, you can see they just walk back and forth. There's customs. I've already been through customs on one side on bridge number 1. I went over almost all the way across the bridge and back. But they have all kinds of crazy operations here. You can see them down on the horseback down there. So they're walking in on a horse. They've got all kinds of crazy stuff set up down here. But I'm gonna take a walk over here and see if I can show you some of this crazy stuff that they have set up over here. Now there's this kind of unit that these guys down here underneath the bridge. I'm not sure exactly what kind of unit that is, but it has the manhole on top. Looks like a camouflage colored SWAT vehicle type vehicle. These guys aren't playing around. Now they've kind of moved a little bit since I was down here earlier, but you can see they're all just lined up down here, and it's like that all the way up and down the border too. Pretty crazy. Now right now I am underneath bridge 1. There's the railroad bridge. Sure, you have Fox News is set up right there. And then you have, it looks like some kind of local TV. Maybe, it could be, might not be local. It might be like NBC or somebody, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like they've moved positions a little bit since earlier. But there are people on the other side too. Now that's on the other side, that's on the Mexico side over there. Very heavy DPS presence. Okay, so a little while ago, they were conducting some kind of drills up on the bridge. I'm going to see if I can get up on that bridge and walk across that bridge and see exactly what they're doing. It's like they keep walking in formation up and down the bridge. And I'd like to see if I can capture some of that on video for you so you can see exactly what's going on. I heard them talk about the drills this morning. Or not this morning, this afternoon at about 3 o'clock at the press conference. They're talking about some kind of drills. I'm going to see if I can get up here and see exactly what drills they're talking about. So I'm not going to be able to go through the security with the camera on. I would never try to do that to our government anyway because it is a secure area. And I'm sure that's illegal. And I don't want to do anything illegal. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera off until they give me the okay to turn it back on. So. All right, so there was nobody marching on the bridge, but I was able to get a few pictures on the bridge. And, you know, you can see in the picture, you can see they have Border Patrol on horseback. There are some DPS agents still. They left about this time, and then they all came back when it started getting dark. And you'll see in the next clip what happens. Mike Taylor for Texas Breaking News. And you can see an extremely heavy DPS presence out here. I'm at a travel center in Eagle Pass right now. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 DPS here. So you can see, I mean, the presence is extremely heavy here. And now I think they're heading back down. Hello, sir. I think they're heading back down to the river in that area. They were all gone from the river a little while ago. There's another one over here. Thank you for your service. So I'd say what, 10 in this parking lot alone, DPS vehicles. I mean, they're everywhere down here. And we're going to go ahead and head back down to the border here in a few minutes. And as you come into Eagle Pass, you know, I left Eagle Pass for a few minutes. I realized I needed gas, so I came back. And when I came back, then I realized that all these DPS agents are back again. So it looks like they all left for a little while, and now they're coming back out to patrol once again. So they're all filling up here. And I can't say thank you enough to these guys for coming down here, and most of them are leaving the areas that they live in to come down here and protect the border. So it's amazing. Whoever sent these people down here is amazing, these officers, and we can't say thank you enough. Kathy says we saw several more than usual in Kerrville today. So this is just one filling station out of many, and I don't know what the total number of DPS officers is down here in this area right now, but there's a huge presence down here. So, and these are officers filling up now. So I just wanted to show you real quick. Why are they there? Because there are caravans coming up through Mexico with illegal immigrants. And they're actually crossing into America, and they are subduing them when they come into America. That is what's going on here. There's a very, very large police presence here, and there was a press conference earlier that we have video of that I haven't been able to get up yet, but I will get that up on the Texas Breaking News Facebook page. I've got enough video from today to do a full hour-long documentary of what's been going on today. So we'll have that up on the Texas Breaking News YouTube channel here within the next couple days, so you can see actually what my day has been like down here at the border in Eagle Pass. And you know, we see just what, 4 in the shot, 5 DPS in the shot now. There were at least 10 here about 5 minutes ago, and they're just everywhere. They're on every corner. So just want to say thank you to our DPS agents that are down here. And wow, never seen anything like this in my life. So Mike Taylor reporting live for Texas Breaking News.